So again, I'm here at Coinbase, which is a Bitcoin for the sign up. And as you can see here, obviously if you have an account, just sign up and use your information. Again, this is for those who have never signed one up and are looking at trying to find some help and at least see some live screenshots here that's for setting up. So basically what you want to do is go ahead and sign up here, click the sign up, and it's going to come up with very simple instructions. Put your first name, last name, email address, and password. When it comes to your first name and last name, make sure you put your real name, not a fake name or anything like this, because you're going to be going through lots of verification processes here through Coinbase to tie your bank accounts and addresses and phone numbers. So it'll reject you if you put misinformation in there. Okay. So again, make sure you put your legitimate first name and last name inside the system. Nothing wrong. It's a very secure site, and they've been around for a while now. You also want to make sure when you click your state, make sure you actually put the state that you're residing in. Do not put a fictitious state. So if you're living in Florida, do not put Minnesota, or if you're living in Montana, do not put, Texas. Make sure you put where you're legitimately residing in. And after you do that, make sure you hit the agree, read your user agreement and privacy policy, and create an account. So it's very simple. Basically, when you hit the create an account, it's going to pop up a message there to tell you to go and verify your account at your email that you just put in here. Okay? So the next step would be basically for you to go to your email account and set that up. Now I'm assuming that you've went and checked your email, and I've already verified that. So basically what we're going to go here is you got your sign in log, and you're just basically going to re-put your email inside there, your login information. Put your password, whatever that may be, and of course you're going to hit sign in. When you get here to the Coinbase, there's several little windows that are going to pop up. Of course, I've already verified my account, so some of those little quirky windows aren't popping up for me, but they will for you. But basically what they are is verification, getting you started type of pop-up windows. But when you get to this point, you're going to look over here. I want you to kind of focus over here in this zone at this moment, okay? So the first thing that you're going to see is your email is going to be checked because you just verified that one. The next one is going to be your phone and payment verification. You're going to see a little phone inside here versus a check mark as I have, and you're going to see like a little symbol of a bank instead of a check mark. Once those are check marked, that means that you're good to go. So basically what we want to do in our next step after we get inside here is we want to verify our phone. So basically once you click on the phone option, it's going to give you the opportunity to verify your phone. So basically what's going to happen here is they're going to send you a verification code to your phone. They're going to send you a verification phone to your code, so don't forget that. And then once you verify that phone, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get a check mark here. It's going to be verified. You'll get a little notice here, and it'll say your phone has been verified, and you're going to click yes. So that's going to be awesome. Everything's going great. Next thing, what we want to cover real quick is the payment section. So basically, you're going to click the icon. Again, it's going to have a little bank symbol here, a little building here. You're going to click that. Okay. So we're going to click payment here. And this is where a few things are going to be a little bit different. You're not going to see this initially. Again, mine's is already verified. What you're going to see is this option right here. You're going to see this, add a payment method. In order to add a payment method, you have to add your U.S. bank account. Here it says backup credit card. Just as it says, it's a backup credit card is used to enable instant buys It cannot be used to buy, sell, and will not be charged unless the primary payment fails. That's very key, unless your primary payment fails. We currently accept Visa, MasterCard. Basically what happens is after you set up your U.S. bank account, when you decide to transfer, say, over $200 from your bank account to Bitcoin here, and somehow a payment or whatnot on your personal side, maybe you had to make an extra payment, now you're suddenly lacking in funds. And say you're lacking in funds by $50, but you've already triggered to pull 200 over. Well, now you only have 150 left over. Well, what's going to happen? Basically what's going to happen is when that 150 comes over and Bitcoin realizes it's short for $50, guess where they're going to get that money from? Yes, your backup credit card, okay? Your backup credit card there is to cover any insufficient funds that may decide to not appear in your transfer. So make sure you get that done. But you cannot put your backup credit card in until you establish your U.S. bank account. So first thing what we want to do, I just wanted to give you that tidbit before because a lot of people always ask, what's this, what's this? So I wanted to explain this first, but the very first step in establishing the verification of your payment section here is establishing your U.S. bank account. So let's go ahead and click that there. Now there's two options that's going to happen here as far as verifying your bank. As you can see here, you have some major bank account players right here. If your bank is not on one of these here, obviously you're going to click Other Bank. Okay? So basically what's going to happen is say you have Regions or you have ABC Bank, you know, whatever it's going to be. You're going to click Other Bank, and basically what you're going to do is put your routing and account number and your full name. Please do not put a fictitious name here again because it will kick it back. And what's going to happen is they're going to send a little deposit to your checking account or savings account, two little small deposits worth like 11 cents or 21 cents, whatever it's going to be. They're going to send those there. It's going to take 48 to 72 hours, basically 2 to 3 days, and those are going to be business days, okay, that it's going to send those to. So if you're doing this on a Saturday or late Friday, you're going to have to probably wait till either Monday or Tuesday before you get the verification to your account. So what's going to happen is those are going to hit your account, then you're going to log back in and put in the verification amounts. A little window is going to pop up after you click this next. A little window is going to pop up with the verification. Okay, so when you click that payment, the only window that's going to pop up is the verification window. That's the only thing that's going to pop up. So it makes it simple. You just put in your like 11 cents or 9 cents or 21 cents, whatever it's going to be sent to your account. Okay. So that's that route. Then your payment's good to go. But again, that's the longer, slower route. It takes 2 to 3 business days to get that going. I'm going to go back here. If you have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, any of these banks, I'm just going to pick, say, Wells Fargo here. If you have a Wells Fargo account, all you have to do is put in your username and your password to your regular online banking account. Okay? Once you do that, it'll verify your information because you've already put your name and information during the initial setup phase. So once that does that, it's going to verify your information instantly. Once it logs in, verifies that you are who you're saying you are, it's going to automatically verify it for you. So it's pretty much an instant verification. You don't have to wait for those 2 to 3 business days. So that was something I learned the hard way. I didn't have one of these major bank accounts. I had an off-name one that was not on the list here, and I did my bank account verification on Friday, and basically I had to wait all the way till Tuesday of the next following week before that happened. So a little frustration factor there. That was something that wasn't really explained on the other videos. They made it seem like it was very fast, but this is slow. But if you do have a major bank account, with one of these, a bank account with one of these major banks here or financial institutions, then it's instant. Just provide your proper login information. If you don't have an online bank account, but you do have one of these, you might want to set one up real quick because it'll save you a whole lot of time, as I explained earlier. And you'll just get instant verification, and then voila, what'll happen is that the payment will be checked. Okay, the payment will be checked. So what we're going to have to do here real quick is you're going to hit this payment here, okay? You're going to hit payment method, okay? And then you're going to add a new payment method there. So it's going to bring you back here to this screen. So now what you want to do is put up your backup credit card. And how you're going to do that, you're going to add payment. And remember this screen here from earlier? Now that's where you're going to add your backup credit card. And as you can see here, you'll put your name, your address. What's going to naturally pop up is your username for the account. Obviously erase that, put your real name, and put your credit card information in there. And then it's also going to send like a little verification. It's going to do a minor deduction for a very temporary. It's like 1 or 2 days, then it goes away. But it's instant. Now that one's instant. You just go straight into your credit card account, find out what that number is, and you will basically come back to the window, in the verification window, just like you did with the bank account, and put in that something cents or whatever cents it's going to be, and you'll be verified with a backup credit card. What that does is that allows your money to instantly transfer, and that's verified, and it also increases your amount of transferability. Okay. Now where we want to go here real quick is to settings. And you want to make sure that your personal information, your real date of birth, your real address, all that's in here correctly. Because if it's not going to verify it, and your account will not be completely set up. But once you put in your legitimate address and your information here, again, all this is already tied in with your bank account, so they already know. So if you put something fictitious in here, it's not going to accept. Then save, and then what that does is that also gives you an increased limit what you can pull over, because when you first set up this account, you can only pull over $200. You can only pull over $200. But by verifying your phone, your personal settings, your bank account, your backup card, that increases to $1,000, and then possibly more, depending on your request to increase the amounts. So instead of $200, you can increase your amounts, plus it speeds up the process